What's up, budget crew? Welcome back to another video. Little story real quick. So, like about a week ago, I was replacing the inner and the outer tie rod ends on my 2010 Genesis sedan. While I was removing the inner tie rod end, they have like a little spacer that goes right here, and I broke that by accident. I was still able to replace the part. I didn't have the plastic on it. I went to the junkyard and I was able to get it now. But yeah, I did just bolt it in just like that without the spacer, and it's been driving fine. I didn't really notice any difference, you know. But yeah, so I'm gonna be taking the inner tie rod end on the driver's side and putting the spacer back on, and then I still need to replace the passenger outer and inner tie rod end. So that's what I'm going to be doing today. I'm going to show you guys how to do that. Yeah. All right, guys. So I got the car up in jack stands, got the wheel off. Now, if you're going to be using the actual tool, the spindle, all this is in the way, so you have to bring it down. You have to undo these pins, take out these nuts, undo this one and the bottom one as well. So let me take all this apart and I'll show you exactly what. So for sure you're gonna undo these two, the top ones, the one that's holding the tie rod end, and I removed this one too, these two. And what else did I remove? I think I took off all of them. I had to. But yeah, just to make space for that tool, because you can use a pipe wrench, you know. Once you get the boot off, you can try to do it that way. I've seen people do it, but I have the fucking tool. I might as well use the tool. So yeah. All right, guys, so like I said, I got these two out here, the two nuts, the pins, the nut and the fucking bolt that go through the middle that hold the strut, the pin and the nut that hold the outer and inner tie rod end. I took off the boot. As you guys can see, I'll show you guys underneath. I don't have that little yellow plastic spacer, you see. I don't have it on. It's supposed to be right here. I guess it doesn't really do much, look, but I mean, it's there for a reason. So I'm gonna put it back. And my boot was already ripped, so I had a zip tie holding it, but not bad. So now I'm gonna undo this last nut. Make sure you don't forget all the washers. All right, put that there. Let me use both my hands. I'm gonna tug on this, pull it down so it could come loose from here and here. All right, so it was a little tough. I tried to pull down on it like this with both of my hands, and it wasn't working. So you got to use a little pin like this to pry the outer tie rod in. And then now this is out. Oh, actually, we got to undo this this nut back here. So we're just gonna put this back in here, break that nut loose, and then we'll be able to twist the outer tie rod in. So let me break this loose real quick. All right, so I went ahead and broke that loose. That was a 22, and then these nuts over here were 19s. All of these were 19, so 19, 19, and 19 up here. You had to use a wrench and a thing to get the middle one out, but yeah, so we got this broken loose already. Go ahead and pull this down, and now we can twist our tie rod in out. So just count how many times you do it, you know, so when you put it back it's easier. So starting from here, we're gonna count how many full rotations we do. So I already know I have 15 in, so I'm gonna twist these off, and then I'll show you guys how to get the inner tie rod in. All right, so I had to use this little I really don't. I forgot the name of this tool, but I had to use this to get these upper ones off as well. If you guys see the outer tie rod, this is brand new. This is from carparts.com. I messed up the little boot here when I was trying to grease it up because these don't have the grease fittings. Now I just seen that you're supposed to pull this up like this and grease it from there, but my fucking dumbass did it from here. I poked the hole through the boot and then it just got bigger, so it doesn't matter. I'm gonna replace these either way. Again, I'm gonna change them for OEM ones because I'll show you guys a side-by-side comparison, and these, they do look a little bit like thinner, if that makes any sense. They are a little bit lighter, but I mean, you know, just for now. So I'm gonna definitely switch those out for some OEM ones in the future, but for now, just to get us back on the road, we're gonna use these. Another thing, yeah, you're gonna want to undo this 10 mil bolt right here, so your brake line isn't all stressed out. You want to tie this up so it doesn't fall to the ground. And that's it, guys. We'll pull this boot out. Let me get this nut off, pull the boot out, and then we could put the tool through and get the inner tie rod. All right, so we got our boot out. Our inner tie rod is now exposed. What you're gonna have to do is pull it up over like this, just like that. And now we can move everything like this, and we have space for the actual tool to go through. Now, if you didn't have the tool, you could use, like I said, the pipe wrench. You see, you have more than enough space to clamp it down and break it loose and take it out. But we're gonna use the tool because I bought it, so I'm gonna use the tool. All right, now this tool, I got it at Harbor Freight. It was like 44 bucks. This is the size fitting that I'm using because it comes with multiple fittings. It's like universal, so this is the one I'm using. First, take this piece, it's supposed to stay locked on right there, so I'm gonna have to use both my hands. So basically what you do is, once you have that locked in, you line it up with the space up top right here. So that'll, let me see, I want to show you guys. Okay, there we go. So this will go in just like that in that little hole, and then you slide this to lock it, and then you pull back on it. So you pull it towards you, and then you break it loose, because that's how I broke that spacer, that little plastic. I had the tool too far out, so this actually caught some of the plastic and twisted it, and then it broke it off. So be careful with that. Unless you use one of these, it would be, I guess it would be easier to use this, but fuck it. All right, so quick side note, I tried to use the tool. I really did try to use it, but the pipe wrench was just more convenient, to be honest. I'm moving this out of the way, but the tool is still like getting in the way, so it's not allowing for this little pin to lock in, you know. So this thing will, the adapter, it'll fit in on the top, and it'll go in like halfway on the bottom. So when I try to lock it, it's hitting the little adapter. So I was like, fuck it, you know, I'm just gonna do this shit real quick, the pipe wrench, and that's what I did, and I broke it loose right away. Honestly, don't even waste your 40 bucks at Harbor Freight. I probably shouldn't have, you know, because I had bought this first, but I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to do it with just that. So I was like, I'm just going to buy the tool, just like, you know, I'm already here. So that's what I ended up doing, and I don't actually regret it, because, you know, it might come in handy in the future. I might use it, but you know, Budget Fixes definitely recommends using the pipe wrench. So I already broke it loose. As you can see. So now I'm just gonna finish twisting it off, and I'm gonna put the plastic back on and put everything back together. That's it. And then we're on the other side, the passenger side, I'm actually gonna remove the inner and outer and replace those. So all right, so we got the inner tie rod end back in. We put that yellow spacer. I really don't think it does anything because the threads go in all the way, and then I think it still had this space. I'm gonna have to look back in the video. I'm not sure if there was that space where the spacer's at. You know what? It was missing. So I mean, yeah, I really don't know what the point of that little plastic is. I'm not sure what it does, but it was there, so that's why I was stressing out about it. But I got it back in there now, so now I'm just gonna put everything back in, and that's it, guys. Not bad overall. This was a pretty easy job if you have all the tools, you know. If you have the proper tools, easy. One more thing, make sure you're using a thread locker, blue thread locker. Chris Fix said that, so just make sure you use it. So now we're gonna twist this back on. It was a 15 full turns, so let me do this off camera. There's no need for you guys to see all that. Alright guys, so I forgot where I left off, but the phone fucking overheated on me. The sun is not even out here. That's how hot it is in Arizona, man. The sun is not even out. It's like barely fucking 12. Yeah, I guess it's noon now, but the sun's not even out. It's kind of cloudy, and I had my phone on the floor and it overheated, so I couldn't record anything. But we're gonna do the passenger side quick. No, like I'm gonna mention this before I'm gonna make another clip and mention this before the whole video starts. But all that bullshit that I fucking took off, you don't even have to do that, guys. That's how fucking easy this job is. You don't have, I don't know why fucking, the first time I did it I was struggling, so I ended up just taking everything out. But actually I'm lying, that was because of the tool. But needless to say, if you're using the pipe wrench, you don't have to take any of that bullshit off. All you have to do is take off that pin, that 19 mil nut, break loose this nut back here. This is a 19 or a 22 or whatever. I'm gonna show you guys right now. So this is gonna be the speedy version of all that time I just wasted on the other side. So all right guys, so like I said, all that stuff that I took off was unnecessary if you're using those, because if you're using the actual tool, you probably won't have clearance to get the whole tool in there, so you are gonna have to remove all that stuff I did remove. But if you're using that pipe wrench, like I said, easier. I highly recommend that. I don't even recommend that tool if you're working on a Genesis sedan. If you're working on a different car, it might be different, but for the Genesis sedan, I don't recommend using the tool. Just use the pipe wrench, way easier. So like I said, you're gonna take off that pin. We're gonna undo this nut over here. This is a 22. So now we're gonna undo this nut, which is a 19. Use that little fork tool to pull the tie rod end down. We're gonna undo this little clip right here, and there's another clip over here that holds the boot. That's a one-time use. You have to break that off, so we're just gonna zip tie it back on there. But yeah, so let me do all this real quick and I'll be right back. All right guys, so got that little nut off. I was able to whack the outer tie rod, and it was stuck on there. I tried to use this little fork and I was whacking it, but it wasn't going, it wasn't coming off. So I had to get my little sledgy, and I was hitting the tie rod end on the inside right here, and then knocked it off right away. So yeah, you guys can take a look at the aftermarket and the OEM. Little differences. It looks smaller. It really does. And then towards the end here, this is squared out, and this is, it starts off squared, but then it gets round. That doesn't affect it at all. But yeah, quality wise, I mean, I definitely would go with OEM. I'm gonna get OEM ones again. But yeah, live and learn. All right, quick comparison of the inner tie rods. Now the replacement from carparts.com does not come with that spacer, so like I said, be careful when you do take that off. You shouldn't break it if you use that that pipe wrench. The only reason it broke was I was using that tool, and like I said, you have to pull it towards you while you're breaking it loose, or else it'll slide forward and catch the plastic clip and break it off. So I definitely recommend using the pipe wrench again. Alright guys, so I went ahead and swapped over the little plastic clip or spacer, whatever you want to call it. Now I'm just going to put some blue thread locker, put it back in, put the new tie rod end, and that's it guys. Really easy job. It took me longer than it had to, just because I was using that whole other thing. But if you're using that, you're just switching these two parts out, guys, easy. Alright guys, so my phone fucking overheated again, but I put everything back together. The car's good. I test drove it. I gotta tweak the alignment a little bit, you know. It goes to the left a little bit, but that's an easy fix. I just gotta adjust the outer tie rods accordingly. I'm gonna do a string alignment. So I'll do a video on that. I'll make a video on how to do like string alignment. But yeah, other than that guys, you know, pretty easy job. Like I said, it did take me longer because I was messing with the inner tie rod tool, and like I wasn't having space, so I had to take the spindle and everything out the way. So, you know, live and learn. So now you guys know, with the 2010 Genesis sedan, you know, you're better off just using that pipe wrench and getting the inner tie rods out that way. That way you don't have to mess with the spindle and all that bullshit. But yeah guys, with all that being said, thank you so much for watching. This was a weird video. I haven't made a video in a while, so it's all over the place, but thank you for watching. Those of you who are still watching, peace.